Hey everyone, Decent Eddie here. It's Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. We've got some great games to break down tonight. I've got the latest market moves, I've got some fresh qualitative data, and of course I've got my standard issue data-driven Decent Eddie picks. My NBA confident picks this past season hit 81%. Hey, for a first time, that's not bad, if I do say so myself. My WNBA confident picks right now we're at 74% for the season. Though, you know the nature of the beast. Probabilities are fluid and can fluctuate daily. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for daily picks before tip-off on the day of the game. And remember, always check matchup news and injury reports because data only tells you part of the story. My goal is to help you make more informed, statistically grounded decisions. My data set focuses on moneyline picks. My analysis can be useful for spread and over-under bets. Let's go ahead and get into today's game. Games, plural. First up, we've got Sparks versus Liberty. Liberty get a suboptimal pick with my data at a 3.967 differential in their favor. That translates to about a 66% chance for the Liberty to win in that segment. The market has the Liberty as 10-point favorites last I looked with an 85% probability to win for them. The over-under last time I saw it was 170 points. Qualitatively, the Sparks are in a slump. They're dropping games. They've lost 5 of the last 6. They're struggling to make the postseason right now. The Liberty are also kind of going through a rough patch too. They've lost 4 of their last 5, and critically, Jonquel Jones is out with an ankle injury. That's a huge absence impacting their scoring depth. Despite this, they still lead the league in scoring. My data confidently backs the Liberty on the money line, but the defense side, well, I mean, I'm looking at my data here. Their defense has been struggling a bit, okay? The market also strongly favors the Liberty. However, giving up 10 points when you're missing a key player and have been struggling, that's a big ask, right? The market has already seen the money come in on the Sparks, dropping the spread since yesterday. For the money line, I'm taking New York Liberty on the money line. That's what my data tells me to do, and I got to follow my data. For the spread, even with my data favoring the Liberty to win, the Sparks at a +10 against the spread looks like a potentially good play given the Liberty's recent form and Jones's absence, and the Liberty's defense hasn't been doing a great job. For the over/under at 170, both teams aren't capable of putting up points. Even with Liberty's recent struggles, I'm leaning slightly on the over at 170 points. Next, it's Aces versus Fever. My data model gives a slight lean to the Aces with a .167 differential in their favor. That translates to 51% for the Aces. That's a coin flip, putting this firmly in the danger category by my numbers. The market has the Aces as 4.5-point favorites. They give the Aces an 82% chance to win head-to-head, and the over-under, last I looked, that was 162 points. Aces have won 3 of their last 4. However, they are missing a couple key players here. The Fever are coming off a high after winning the Commissioner's Cup, but Clark is still out with the groin injury probably, which is a potential blow to their offense and playmaking. But, I mean, they seem to do well enough without her last time. So, I don't know. She's great and all, but, Fever seems to be doing okay sometimes without her. They do struggle, however, to cover the spread at home at times. That's big. My data sees this as an extremely tight contest, barely favoring the Aces. The market, however, favors the Aces with a not insignificant spread and the money line. This divergence, particularly in a danger game by my numbers, suggests looking at the value. Giving, we have Clark's absence we got to contend with, possibly. Fever's home struggles, that's historically there. The market's stronger lean on the Aces is understandable with that. For the money line, given my slight lean on the Aces, I have to take the Aces on the money line, whether it's slight or not. For the spread, 4.5 points is a decent number for the Aces to cover against a Clark-less Fever. Honestly, though, someone could make an argument for either of these teams covering that number. Truthfully, friends, I'm not completely sold on Aces covering, but Fever seem to fold up at home. I might not touch the against the spread personally. For the over/under at 162, both teams have decent offensive averages. The last head-to-head was high scoring. I'm leaning over 162 points. Next game, we've got Seattle, Atlanta. That, I think, is the game of the night to me. My model sees the Dream as slight favorites with a .967 differential and a 51% chance for the Dream to win. This is another clear danger pick. The market has shifted here too. Now they have Seattle Storm as 2-point favorites. Their money line implies a 57% chance for the Storm to win. The over-under is 159 points. The Dream have been very consistent, strong at home, and boast a very top-tier offense, and the defense is good too. They did win the first head-to-head in this matchup. The big question mark is still Howard, who is day-to-day with an upper body injury. That's a critical piece for their offense. The Storm are coming off an embarrassing 84-57 loss, but overall have won 4 of their last 6. My data and the market are at odds on who is the favorite, making this a classic danger spot where you often find value against the market's lean. Since my data gives the slight nod to the Dream, and they are now sitting as the underdog, I'm taking the Dream at +2 against the spread. I look at that as insurance, guys. For the money line, my data still says Dream with a 51% chance, making them a value play, but a very dangerous one. I'm taking Dream on the money line. For the over-under at 159, the first head-to-head was pretty high scoring at 181 points, and both teams can put up points still, so I'm leaning on the over of 159 points. Okay. Next up, we've got Washington Mystics, Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx is a confident pick here with a significant 4.233 differential in their favor by my data. This gives them a very strong 88% chance to win this head-to-head game. The market now clearly aligns with me. The Lynx are 11.5-point favorites. Books give the Lynx an 89% chance to win. The over-under remains at 154.5 from yesterday. Qualitatively, the Lynx are arguably the best overall team in the WNBA, depending on who you ask. So they're incredibly efficient offensively and defensively too. They also like to control the pace. They lead the WNBA in three-point percentage. You can't forget that. 3 points are huge in WNBA. They did lose to the Mystics earlier this season, but crucially, Collier, their leading scorer, was out for that game, but will be in tonight. This is a game changer. The Mystics are coming off a loss where they struggled offensively. My data says Lynx with confidence, and the market strongly agrees across the board. So for the money line, I am taking the Minnesota Lynx on the money line. As for the spread, the Lynx are laying a 100-point spread. Boy, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? It's 11.5 points. While my data is very high on the Lynx winning, 11.5 points is a substantial margin in most WNBA games. But looking at my data set, while Mystics defense isn't bad, their offense is. And the Lynx, there are really only 3 metrics in my entire data metrics matrix where the Mystics are better than Lynx, and then only by a little bit. So I am leaning towards taking Lynx at 11.5 points. But if it goes to, like, say, 12 or more, I might flip to the Mystics. Okay. For the over-under at 154.5 points, it's a very low total. Collier's back. Lynx's offense should be strong, and Mystics' offense isn't terrible. Their last game was low scoring. I'm leaning towards the over, though, at 154.5 points. All right, finally, let's wrap it up. It's Mercury versus Wings. Mercury get a suboptimal pick here with a 3.633 differential in their favor. That translates to about a 66% chance for the Mercury to win this game in that segment. The market has the Mercury as 12-point favorites. They've got an 87% chance to win by the books, and the over-under right now is sitting at 167 points. The Mercury have, they've had a fantastic season. They've got a great team. They're riding a hot streak before the last loss. They're strong on the road, and they have a top-tier offense and defense. The Wings are struggling, but the most significant factor here is their injury report. This is a potentially decimated roster against a top team in the league. My data backs the Mercury, and the market agrees. With the Wings facing such severe injury concerns against the Mercury, laying 12 points on the Mercury looks like a confident play. For the money line, I am taking the Mercury on the money line because my data says so. For the spread, despite the large number, the Wings injury situation makes this a real compelling take for the Mercury against the spread. The over-under, 167 points. The Mercury's offense is strong, but with so many Wings players potentially gone, Dallas's scoring could be severely limited. I don't think they can contribute that much That's just my opinion. So I'm leaning towards the under at 167 points. All right, so here's a quick recap. Decent Eddie confident moneyline picks, we got the links. Suboptimal moneyline picks, we got 2 of them. We have the Mercury and the Liberty. Danger moneyline picks, we got Aces and Dream. For parlays, I like to include confident picks and parlays. We have 1. If you put links in a 2-leg moneyline parlay with another leg between -400 and -450 odds, your win probability is about 71%. If you toss a 3rd leg in there at those same odds, your win probability becomes 57%. That's still over 50%. I like it. I will always endorse up to a 3-leg parlay with legs between -400 to -450. If you do that, your win probability remains above 50%. For 2-3-leg parlays, be reasonable about your bets. Don't go over a 3-leg parlay, regardless of what you choose. I never will ever recommend more than a 3-leg parlay due to the risks of combined probabilities. And remember, don't spend more than 10% of your bankroll in total across all your wagers in a day. Never chase losses. And if you need help with a gambling problem, please check out my channel's description. Okay? Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe, tap the bell, leave a comment, get my picks before tip-off on the day of the game. Follow me on Decent Eddie Picks on Instagram. Find me on Facebook. You can see me at X, Decent Eddie Picks, spelled P-I-X. You can see me at TikTok at decent.eddies.picks. Sometimes I post team grades there, last-minute thoughts, end game thoughts, but let's see what happens tonight. This should be a really great game. Hey, have a good 4th of July, you guys in the States. Just please don't blow your fingers off, all right? Safety first. Don't be stupid, okay? I know I half-ass everything here, but I'm serious about that. You can really hurt yourself. Just have a good time with your friends, all right? Anyway, let's see what happens tonight. This is Decent Eddie signing off. Have an awesome day.